Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my interactive Space Engineers series where you tell me what to build and I build it. Now this week's suggestion comes from Myringoffire, who requested a ship of the line. Now modern day navies don't use them and they were phased out at the start of the 20th century, but the basic premise was a ship absolutely armed to the teeth with cannons that would blow the opponent out of the water, broadside style. With this in mind, this is what I came up with. This is the Dauntless ship of the line. Armed with 108 broadside rocket launchers and 10 Grapeshot gravity cannons, this broadside beast annihilates the opposition, and let's have a look around and see what it can do. The ship is built to be balanced in terms of armour and speed, the main body being made mostly out of light armour blocks reinforced with heavy armour ribbing. The ribbing effect increases the surface area of the ship and means that if it's hit at an angle, it's less likely to do damage to one of the light armour blocks. The rear engines are also shrouded in heavy armour, as is the front cabin, which also features double glazed windows for added protection. On top of this, the only part of the ship which is pressurised is the cockpit, with the reason being that it would be incredibly difficult to maintain pressure throughout the main body of the ship if it was to be breached, and therefore it would make more sense to pressurise a relatively small area. The front of the ship also features a ship-to-ship docking port as well as an extendable resupply connector. The interior was inspired partially by the architecture of the Combine from the Half-Life series of video games. The design of the City 17 Citadel was to be most efficient as possible for its operation, with people's mobility being an afterthought. I've reflected this design philosophy with the main body, because as you can see there's only a single walkway running through the middle of the ship and it's surrounded by the equipment that makes the entire thing work. The cockpit area itself is very small, as the ship only needs 2 people to crew it, one pilot to align the fixed weapons whilst the other controls the onboard turrets. Also in the cockpit area are 2 passageways that lead to where the docking clamp is on top of the ship. Given that this is a warship, I've also spent a lot of time working on the weapons systems. The Dauntless features 54 rocket launchers on each side of the ship, as well as 5 Grapeshot Cannons running on each side as well. The Grapeshot Cannons are inspired by Brad Fusion's Starburst gun and fire compressed balls of rocket at target using gravity generators. Once the shot leaves the barrel, the spinning motion induced by the rotating gravity generators causes the clumps of rock to expand and cover a larger area. They are particularly good at destroying enemy turrets and thrusters as well as breaching windows. In terms of weapon strategy, the Grapeshot Cannons would be useful if the intention is to kill a crew through sudden depressurization. These Grapeshot Cannons are controlled by timer block algorithms that automatically reload, fire and shut down the cannon upon activation. Alternatively, if the intention is to obliterate your opponent, the rocket launchers built into the side of the ship can make light work of a target. With rapid fire mode engaged, the standard red ship sustains heavy damage very quickly, nullifying its combat ability. Given the damage dealt by these rockets, the chances are that the enemy ship would also be a wreck, whereas if you wanted to capture the ship, the gravity Grapeshot may be a better alternative. Also, for these rockets to be effective, the ship must come relatively close to the target given the limited range of the missiles. To be effective in war, this craft would have to be accompanied by something similar to the Vendetta interdiction corvette so as to disrupt enemy auto turrets, and maybe some Avocet advanced fighters just to keep any small ships off it. For defensive purposes, the top of the Dauntless is equipped with Gatling turrets to shoot down incoming missiles as well as other threats, whilst the front features 12 interior turrets, also for defence. But this is no substitute for a fleet alongside it to provide extra protection. Despite a mass of 10 million kilograms, the ship moves and turns relatively quickly thanks to large rear engine compartment and abundance of gyroscopes. Power is delivered by a single large nuclear reactor aided by a bank of 64 batteries which supply reserve power or act as capacitors when power requirements exceed the reactor's output. A noticeable occurrence of this would be if the ship is accelerating at full speed and firing the gravity Grapeshot Cannons at the same time. Let me know what you thought of the Dauntless ship of the line in the comments section below, and if you've got any ideas on how to improve it or for new ships altogether, be sure to leave them there too. If you want to give it a try, it's available for download on the Steam Workshop and the link is in the description box below. If you're enjoying the series, be sure to leave a like, favourite, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next episode. Take it easy, have a good day, bye bye.